that I'm doing for a client, and I wanted to, because I have so many decks here, so let me just go ahead and, for my client knows who they are, I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 decks for you. And they have also had me to, sorry, I'm turning up the volume. They also had me to light the candle for you: Zen, balance, meditate, love, healing, and breathe. It's very important based on what's going on. So I'm going to go ahead and get started for you, and let's see where it goes. Hope everybody's having a beautiful day today. Goodness, I hate this. I have one of my decks to get wet. This one I'm working it with right now, and so it's giving me a time to shuffle. So anyway, we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna still make it happen. I should have took the cards out. The box got wet, and I should have took the cards out and until it completely dried. But it's neither here nor there. We still here. We out here. We doing what we do, baby. We doing what we do. All right, now let's see. Oof. See if they'll allow me to. Oh God, sometimes they so big. They like, listen, take it better care of us. You're right, you're right. All right, gratitude. We always pull from the back. Gratitude. Thank you for this card here. This is the first card that came out for my client. Perks, peaks of joy. So basically what's happening, going on right now, there are moments where you are feeling that, I'm gonna turn this out, see how it looks. Okay. There are moments of, you're having moments in peaks of where you're feeling really good, and then sometimes it's not so good. My light is on. Give me just a moment. Okay, I'm not sure where that glare is coming from. It's kind of bothering me. Okay, give me just a second. Let me clean off this lens. Can I pause? So I'm gonna try to do that. I'm just gonna clean these lenses off. Okay, that's better than what I was looking at before. All right, so let's get back to the reading. So we have, oh, beautiful, there we go. Peaks of joy. So you're having moments, and you can't even make this up based on what you were kind of speaking to me about what's going on. You're having moments of where it's good, then it's not good. It's good, then it's not good. It feels good, there's challenges, then it's smooth, and there's bumps, right? And so this card here is merely about you taking the leap and just fall right into whatever's going on. That means you're emerging yourself. Try not to be frustrated at what's going on, because this is something that will level out. However, taking the leap and feeling good when the peaks are there, and then not feeling so good when it's not there. When you're having the moments when it's the most challenging, this is the ideal time for you to bask in and jump into meditation. Okay, that's what's going on there. Next card. These big old cards. I love them, but we have a love-hate relationship, but we love them. Well, now I say we have a love-struggle relationship. All right. What we have here. All right. Physical touch. Let's talk about it, boo. Let's talk about it. A tender touch can mean so much. So, in the absence of it, it's like the desire that you're needing from it. But the Prince Charming that is around is struggling with some things, some internal things. It has nothing to do with you. This individual, partner, lover, friend is just wanting to give you what you want, what you desire. What you're needing is more touch. What you're needing, okay, no problem. Thank you. What you're needing from this person is more or less more attention, like in the beginning, right? However, sometimes things are masked, which means they will do things to get us, and something happens. And when that something happens, you're feeling like, hey, what happened? Knee jerk altogether. And this is not saying that's not who this person is. What it is saying is that they're going through some things. This person is having a season where they're struggling with some things internally. And are they making the right decision? What does this look like for them in the future? Did I totally 100% sign up for this? Am I on board with this? And you're like, no, well, no, wait a minute. This is exactly what we said we were going to do. And this is exactly where we are right now. So you're changing this. Why? So it's you're telling him what you're needing at times and moments, but you're going to have to be more intentional about what you're telling him that you need, because for you, touch is important. For him, it's important also, but there is something that is intervening, what is happening, and it has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with where he is sitting right now in his life. It's the season for it. You just happen to be in it when this start to embark upon his life, this change. Now I want you to take a look. Excuse me. What's really important, if you look at the road here that's leading all the way back, so there's also a road in front of you and Prince Charming. And what is happening is that you see all this back here? You're uncertain about that, and he is too. Now you see the look that he kind of has on his face, like it's adoration, but it's also a pleading, right? It's like internally he is more struggling with what he wants to do and needs to do. And the look from you is a more firm, like, because this is what we both signed up for. And you know it. However, if you take notice of the little sparkles around, it's only around you. Why do you think that is? Because you are this whimsical, magical person, witchy person. You can't even make this shit up, okay? Now, the hand which he is, you know, adoring as he's gently pleading, etc., is as if he's asking you to just give me time. But he's not speaking that, but it's the look in his face. But if you, it's like, listen, we done had some time. This is where we at. Like, what the fuck? So, with that being said, you got to pay attention to his signs. Not only that, you have to ask him straight out, what the fuck? Okay, that's important. Then I want you to take notice of everything behind you, including around your gown, right? It's flourishing. It is blossoming. Okay? Now, I want you to notice the tree of life, right? We having choices right now, so you got to make some choices. What does that mean? Choices to be more calm and patient, or what does that mean about being abrupt? You have to know the person's energy to decide which of these you're going to do. Okay? All right, that's all we have for that one. Let's go to the next deck. Now, I want you to take a look at the candles that I have lit here for you. And I'm going to talk about them as soon as I get this next card out. Here we go. Gratitude. What is the next card? This is the second card from that deck. Listening. All right, my girl. I need you to listen to the words that come out of his mouth. I want you to listen to the words that are coming from his energy that he is not speaking. Now I want you to take a look. You see how amazing and giantly gentle this this elephant is, right? I want you to look at how he's basically kneeling down. That is you. It's like I'm trying to do everything that is in accordance to what I know that I want from this relationship. However, your gaze upon the situation, not just him, but the situation, calls you to have thoughts about things about how to switch it up, how to get more focused, how to stay balanced, right? As big and gentle as elephants can be, they can also be very deadly, and that's important to know. So watch your words, be mindful, don't say things that you cannot return from. And listen to him, have and almost force him to have conversations that are needed. Because that's when the words, when things are in a space of intentional conversation, is when what comes out is what we need and we desire, right? Whether it hurts, whether it feels good, whether it's challenging. So you got to get into that space where that conversation or conversations are had around any and everything. All right, good job. Let's go to our next deck. Oh, let's go back to the candle. I want you to notice the arrangement of the candles. Now, even though I arranged them, the arrangement actually came from your guides. So, what's most important to you is your peace, your zen, your home balance. Balance is important for you. You cannot afford to be off kilter. Meditation, which you have been lacking, get back to it. And then love. You are a lover. You are 100% a lover. And then the space of healing. You have to stay balanced so you can heal. Then also, after you do your part in all of that, the breathing. The breathing is what comes last because this is intentional. All of these, the steps, intentional. Your guides laid them out for you this way. Although I physically put them there, they were in a different arrangement before I lit them up. Okay, so I wanted to give you that information as well, love. Let's keep going. Gratitude, thank you. Next, we have what's at the top: learn or teach, be positive about, grow and expand. Now we're focusing on because it came this way and it didn't come out this way. All right, it came out this way. So as you look at Jupiter, who encompasses all and many faces, right? You want to pay attention to the things where you are in this relationship. Are you teaching? Is he teaching you things? Are you growing together? What is happening? That is important. Now, being positive about the situation, that don't mean you don't have to act like shit ain't going on and like what the fuck, right? What it means is that you have to be positive. I am doing what I need to do in this space. I need him to do what he needs to do in this space. Then grow and expand. We cannot do those things until we get there. I need to teach this person how to treat me. He needs to teach me what he needs and how to treat me, how to treat him. And we both learn from each other. We can be positive. I can be positive even when I'm in a space of being negative and you cussing this motherfucker out, right? That don't mean that you cannot do that. But for the most part, keep a positive environment for you. Okay. All right. That's what we got for that one. Thank you, Source. Energy, thank you, guys, ancestors that are coming through. We appreciate this reading for this amazing client. It was overdue. It took me 2 days to get to this, and I'm not sure why. There's a jumper. I can only assume that it has to do with things that have been happening. All right, here we go. Inner Oracle. Now, you already know this about yourself. You are the channel, deja vu, self-fulfilling prophecy. You are the oracle. I want you to look at the faces. If you notice that, I want you to look at the scales of balance. Balance keeps coming up for you. Why is that? It is coming up for you because you are lacking in that space and holding your balance on what you need for you. Fuck what is going on for the other. You need that for family and for home. You must bring back the balance. Now, let's talk about the inner oracle. What you feel is going on and what you know is what you feel and is what you know. You're given the gifts that you have because of who you are, and you know this because of many lifetimes. So you need to connect with those different gifts that you have and use them to assist you in balancing out your life. What does that mean for the other person? Now, this is crazy because even though it's about the inner oracle, do you see this face? It is a male face. That is a character that is also within this reading, within your life. This person also has gifts. He is unaware of it. And sometimes he struggles with things that he knows and that he feels and not sure that he knows and what he feels. He's a very powerful individual. He's a very powerful individual, and but he does not know his own. How do I want to say that? He does not know his own. I'm not. It's the word is not worth. What is the word? What is the word? He does not know his own inner. What is it, y'all? Connectedness, right? He's probably had some dreams about some things here lately that he probably should share with you, but won't share with you because of where he is and what, and his not understanding of where he is. Now, I want you to look at the energy, that force that is right here. There's a lot of things going on with this person. He is also being connected probably with some energy that does not serve him, and thinking about what is going on in my life, what is happening, how did I get here, where's this confusion, discombobulation, etc. It's because he is not connected to who he is. Now, he has been before, but he at this very moment is not. So that is the struggle. You are having to balance the both of you, and that can be quite a task. So it's important for you to own what's yours and not someone else's, and have a conversation with him. I know that you know probably some things about him, his characteristics, and the powerfulness of who he is, right? Now, even though it's split up in two, that is his human self, his fragmented um, outer inner realm self in another realm. So he knows some things. There's no doubt about it. And so having to merge these two and to get that balance can be difficult for a person that is not into the spiritual realm. Spiritual space, I should say. All right, that's all I'm going to say about that one. And also, when you get this reading, you can look at these cards and they will give you messages as well about the situation and him that I did not speak of. So it's not just what I'm saying. Excuse me, there's a card that shouldn't be in here. So it's not just what I'm saying, okay? This is also about what you know, right? Because I'm connecting with your guides, not his, with yours. And that's all that is needed because they're going to tell you the story. All right, gratitude. Here we go. Let's get into it. Awakening. The first step to growth is recognizing there is more beyond the horizon of your current understanding. Embrace the fucking unknown. You don't know where this is going, this relationship. You don't know what's happening. But as you grow and you work through the magic of your life, knowing how to change, knowing how to shift, what happens is that you have many different awakenings around different areas and gifts that you have. So this is the moment. So birth brings new gifts. Birth brings new gifts, my friend. So because of that, it's just like you're flourishing inside, but your outer world is a little bit of chaos. So step into your gifts, sit with your guides, acclimate to the new gifts that you have, okay? Allow that to settle in. And what will happen is that the things around you will kind of break off as far as the attention that you give them, to where you're only focusing on the good, but seeing the challenge, but not giving it much focus, which you should not. Okay? That's very important for you to know. Okay? Also, as you look at her third eye, she's trying to connect with it. All right? And look at her ori, the top of her head. When you see this, what happens is blossoming. So you got shit coming in your head, inside of your um, internal spaces that you have not felt before or beginning to feel a little indifferent about, right? So the crown is very important to keep it clear, friend. It's very important, right? So that you can connect with the third eye, so that you can utilize your throat chakra, which lately you don't kind of want to rock the boat, but you need to rock that motherfucker until it just fucking falls apart, because you're not going to get to the bottom of what you need to until you do that, okay? So throat chakra needs some work. Okay? All right. There's another card from this same deck that they want me to pull for you. I'm just watching the clock because I know I have to be somewhere, but that's okay. We got this. Let's get to it. All right, cosmic connection. Okay, I just mentioned that you are a part of the grand cosmic tapestry. Embrace your place in the universe. All right. When we have gifts and we fail to use them, what happens is that we become disconnected from them. And when we become disconnected from our gifts, the normal everyday thing that normally we might be in tune with, tapped in and turned on to, we lose connection with that. And that is also what is happening. But because you are connected to the grand scheme of things, the motherfucking grand scheme of things, you only be off kilter for just a little bit. So it's important for you to get back to your meditation. Ask the questions that you need to ask for you and your guides and your ancestors. And ask them to connect you to what it is that you're needing to know about this situation. All right? Okay. Let's get to it. Beautiful reading. Thank you, team. Thank you. So as you can see, this has a lot to do with you and making the connection with him and not what is he doing or why is this happening. No, it's about what you're needing to do to focus. Because when we change our focus around things, it can change the entirety of everything. Okay? All right. Let's get into it. They just said, your team said, I know you're going to be wondering if this is going to be something funny or literal. All right, here we go. Let's get into it. If you think someone is lying, they are. Again, again. If you think someone is lying, they are, or have, or did. Doesn't matter what it is, it'd be something little, but you would know what this means. Okay? You would know what that means. And that is a literal. Okay? All right, boo, let's keep going. Ask questions. Ask questions. Ask questions. Ask questions. Gratitude. Thank you. And what do we have here? Wisdom. You're smarter than that. You're smarter than the average. You already know. When you feel something, you know something. That little cat right there, that's like one of your guides saying, listen, hey, you already know what's going on. Do you have some answers that you've kind of asked but kind of didn't want to know the question, the answer to? But you have to get to it. Anything is fixable. Any motherfucking thing is fixable. Don't think about people on the outside. Anything is fixable, no matter what it is. If somebody said they was going to work and ended up going to gamble, etc., and you found out about it, some money is lost and you got to fix that, anything is fixable. That's just an example. All right? Now, what you got to pay attention to is that you follow through with what you get when you ask questions around your situation. Don't be second guessing what comes to your mind because of who you are. And I mean that literally. Then you got to go with that. Okay? All right. Next up, next card. Everybody that has come in, thank you for coming in. This actually is for uh, a client of mine. And I'm doing the reading so that it will be over here on YouTube without a name. Here we go. Rest. Slow down, connect to nature, and calm your system. It's important that you keep your inner core balanced, my friend, because when you're okay, the little ones know that you're not okay or you're pretending to. They know. They know. All right? It's not saying that you have to be upfront with the little ones, of course, but you just begin to connect back to who you are. Being around some partners and friends and family can cause us to be a little discombobulated at times and off balance and cause us to second guess a lot of things. But once we connect back to nature, it always seems to balance out. And I just heard get to the water. So whatever's happening with you, get yourself to the water. Release what needs to be released. Ask Yemiya. Ask what you need. Ask. And just allow it to come to you because you're very intuitive, like a motherfucker, okay? So get them answers. Let's keep going. Let's talk about friends of the partner, associates of the partner. So when he signed up to be where he is right now, he didn't need any consulting around associates and friends, but here lately, there's been a little chatter, and that is what is coming up. It's not ideal, but when a person is in a space of trying to make some decisions about their life, sometimes they'll listen to any motherfucker about anything instead of trying to resolve it and solve it themselves. They just will. It just happens. All right. Come on, little baby. All right. Next card. Don't play with it. Confidence. Walk with it. See, you're so old. Wisdom. You're so old, intuitively wise. You're so old, lifetime wise, that you don't really need to ask others for things. But sometimes we can't see what we need to, so we go to others. And so here I am, the connectedness. Now, you got an owl, spirit guide, that has kind of been trying to reach you and touch you. You also have an older wisdom related, she's not an ancestor, but she's a guide, been trying to come to you and get you some clarity around some things. But I feel like what's happening is that you cannot feel her, you cannot see her. Now, she is a native, and if you look at it's not just because it's on the card, it's because it's what came up, because she wants to allow you to medicine woman. Okay, there is a medicine woman. She's old, and she's been walking with you for a long time. And so, with that being said, you want to pay attention to the things that are coming. Now, as you look at her, the staff that she holds is like this amazing. I forgot what you call them. I don't think it's the phoenix, but I forgot what that is. I used to know, but it'll come. Maybe it'll come to me. So, with that being said, it's kind of like the amulet that you can carry internally to possess the same things. However, if you notice, you got the moon energy in the back. So we are within the equinox right now. So it would be ideal for you to send a petition to the medicine woman that walks with you to have her to assist you and guide you. And of course, that is a spirit animal. Um, Walking with you. I don't know if you've connected with an owl before, but they are very, very passionate about the person who they guide and who they take and who they cover and who they walk with. So you want to connect whenever you get the opportunity to do that. Okay? All right. That's all I got for that one. And let's see. Do we have another one that they want me to touch on? Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Hope everybody is doing good, doing well. And here we go, the Hermit. So listen, being in and not going out and doing things that you normally do, that's important. But also walking away from spaces that have you sitting and not working and doing the things that you normally do. So when the hermit is normally sitting and he's learning and he's challenging himself or herself, and he's actually in a space where he wants to expand his knowledge around things, he's okay with walking along because he's just a magical motherfucker. She is, he is, etc. And when you are faced with the Hermit card, what you know is that they're not afraid to go out and about and do things. They're not afraid of what is outside waiting for them, but they choose to sit alone because that is where they gather what all they can tune into and tap on. You're in that space now. It's been, been a minute, but you've got to connect with the outside. It's important. If you don't do that, what happens is that you become disconnected from some things reality wise. So I'm not even going to say do it slow because I wanted to say that, but they was like, no, she need the full throttle. When you get a space of balance and peace, we need you to step outside of that hermitness that you have been possessing for a little while. Okay. It's overdue. It's overdue. All right. Now, because the hermit is so wise, beyond anybody's knowledge, lifetime wise, informational wise, being able to connect, he's a very special individual. She is, etc. So tune in and tap into that, to the wisdom of hermits, you know, to yourself that you've been, to your fragmented self on other realms for answers that you need around things. So I just want to wrap this up and say the relationship is fixable. The relationship is fixable. The party that is within the relationship outside of yourself has to want it. The party outside of the relationship has to commit to being honest and transparent about some things. At this point, this person is not being honest about some things, including their feelings around some things. That is number one. Conversations need to be had. Is this a relationship per se where you're like, you need to give up? Is that what you're thinking? If that's the question, no, that's not it. Because that's not all the time what we need to do. Some things we need to fix, including some places and spaces where people, and this is just an example, are there's infidelity. Because if we signed up for that infidelity because of something from a lifetime, or we signed up for that for the experience that we need to learn how to fix and work through things, and all people that, for example, do something that is around infidelity does not mean that they'll do it again. And does that mean that things just happen? No, things don't happen. You definitely intentionally do it. But why did you do it? That is the reason. Can trust be regained? Yeah. But there's a time of proving that they have to prove certain things. There's a time frame. Now that lesson is for them. That is not for you. And this is just an example. This is not what I am saying that is going on or happening. Not at all. I am saying that anything can be fixed. Anything is fixable. Anything is fixable. Okay. One more. The Six of Wands, you know. So anytime that the wands come up, I mean, I love so get away, you can see it real good. Anytime the wands come up, that's always something that is about joy and passion that is coming from someone, coming from uh, energy inside of a different person, right? So it's like you want this person to cooperate. It's about you need the connection as the wands connect. That is also about your life, you wanting it to connect. It's important for the connectedness. And the Six of Wands also has to do with people getting along, right? You want somebody else to be on the same page as you. And if they're not, what happens is that things can fall apart. But also, what you want to know, are you in alignment with one another? That's what's important. If you're not in alignment at this moment, the Six of Wands just kind of say, hey, here you go. This is what you got. And if you don't fix that, what will happen is that your creativity, the movement of different things in your life will start to go a different direction. Also, I'm going to speak on movement. If you're speaking of something that you wanting to do, a place that you want to go, this is right above water. If there's a trip that you're wanting to take, then this is the card that's saying, okay, go ahead. Let's get that on out the way. Let's go ahead. Let's do that. But this is also a card for take action. You must take action, whatever you do, and whatever you want. And if you see that little slight rainbow, put in that work. Put in that work. He got to put in that work too. It can't be one-sided, but you can continue as if he's working. You don't have to change your demeanor. You be who the hell you are, and you allow those things to come up and be just present, right? People have a lot of um, they have a lot of resistance when it comes to being present. So that's important. Okay. All right. You own what is going to happen. It's up to you. Okay. That's all I have for you, my friend. If you have any questions about anything, you know how to reach me. Thank you for those of you who stopped by and came by, and thank you all for the thumbs up that should be happening as people flow through and flow out. But In the event, I want you to, again, pay attention to what's lit. Zen, balance, meditate, love, healing, and breathe. That is important in that order, my friend. Let me see if I can, yeah. Zen, balance, meditate, love, healing, and breathe. You must have all of the four before you can feel comfortable with the love that you're trying to give to this person and that you're needing from them. And when all four of these are in alignment, the healing begins within the relationship and within you. And then breathe no matter what the outcome is. Okay? All right, beautiful. I just want to say thank you. And once again, I will send you copies of these cards. You got the video, but when I post it, you can message me privately and let me know if you want the cards. It's been an amazing time being here today for this live reading for a client. I want to try to do more of these. I need to get back to this. I have missed it so much, but so much life shit is going on, and that trying to fit everything in like I want to sometimes seems to be a challenge, but I know that I can. Anything that we want to do, we can do. I want to say thank everybody for being here, those that came through for this amazing reading. And it's Boujee Oracle Goddess, and have a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. Take care.